Hello there and welcome to our neck of the woods. I'm Katie, and in today's video we're going to talk about parenting with a disability.
Parenting with a disability is a topic I receive a lot of questions about, especially from other disabled people looking to start a family of their own someday. So I figured I'd make a little video to help answer some of those questions.
You can learn more about why I'm physically disabled and why I use a wheelchair and all of that in some of my previous videos on my channel. So my husband Joseph and I, we have 2 children. Hamilton is 4 and Madeline just turned 3. They are 16 months apart, so they're kind of Irishish twins. And the first couple of years were really hard. I feel like even still now it's kind of difficult. Not saying it wasn't absolutely wonderful, because it was, and I think that's the only way that sometimes people can put up with no sleep and such like crazy circumstances sometimes, is because you love your kids so much. And it's true for me. As soon as I held them in my arms, like they, and before I even did, I was really bonded to them while I was pregnant with them. So I wasn't really sure growing up if I wanted to have kids or not. I've always been so fiercely independent. It was just kind of like, whenever that bridge comes, we'll cross it. But yes, I wouldn't trade them for the world. It's been the best experience ever. So I'm watching them. Why and when we decided to have children, I had just turned 28 and was kind of having a bit of a health relapse and had actually had to get my heart looked at. So I was seeing a cardiologist, and he had some similar back issues, not like I had, but just asked one day, so what do you, what about children? You think about having children? And we're just like, oh yeah, we think we want kids. And he said, well, think really hard about whether or not you want to have children of your own. Think about what kind of mom you want to be. So that really prompted the discussion between Joseph and I. We had been married for a couple of years at that point and kind of settled into a new house and had, just gotten our lives really started, but seeing how my health was rapidly changing and, I was still young, so we decided to go ahead and start our family. Other than that, we've had a lot of encouragement from folks. I had a lot of doctors tell me, it's definitely possible, but it'll just be a lot harder for you and things like that. So we took that all into consideration whenever we were deciding to try to have children. But yeah, there was always that kind of question after I got hurt and sick, whether or not I would have kids, if I would be able to or be able to carry them. And best decision ever. You can come talk.
Okay, what?
Hi. What are we going to talk about? What you want to talk about?
Colors.
Colors? What's your favorite color?
Blue and brown, every single.
Blue and brown, every single color. Mom loves color too.
Blue.
Ooh, she's got the green shirt. What color's your shirt?
Blue, and my pants is white.
What color are my sunglasses?
Purple. And I love you.
I love you.
I love you. Kiss you. Mama.
Yes.
Me and Maddie just made a big apple tree with the chalk.
Ooh.
You gotta see it.
Okay, I'm gonna go look at the apple tree.
Okay.
Be back. Apple tree.
Good.
Nice work. Show me the apple tree. Yeah. Okay, I'm back. It was a fantastic apple tree, by the way. So being a parent with a disability, it's a challenge, but it can be done. Maddie, do you like having a mommy that's different? Do you like to ride in my wheelchair with me? Do you ride on my lap?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I sit
You
on?
can sit on my lap.
I like your dress.
You like my dress?
And you smell good.
Thank Hey, Ham, what's your favorite thing about Mom's wheelchair?
Because it drives and And everybody.
What's your favorite thing to do with Mommy?
Hug you and kiss you.
Oh.
Lay on me.
And lay on me. Yeah.
And
Thank you.
pick blackberries.
Yeah, and pick blackberries.
We go to the museum and take pictures
You take pictures.
and swing on the swing set
And swing on the swing set.
and play in the pool.
Play in the pool. We go on walks.
Yeah.
Yeah. You hold on to Mommy's wheelchair while we walk.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The best thing about parenting with a disability is our children are some of the sweetest kids. They are very compassionate, they're very helpful. They want to help take care of me when I'm not feeling well and are just so sweet. I feel like they're very understanding and accepting. They are still so young and have friends of all different abilities, all different races, all different backgrounds. And so I'm hoping that the best thing about parenting with a disability will be raising two compassionate, loving children. The hardest thing about parenting with a disability is not being able to do certain things at certain times. Overall, we have adapted our schedule pretty well to handle my health and their needs and what we need as a family. But sometimes it can get tricky, and my conditions can be variable. So like today, I'm great. You know, I'm in my wheelchair, I'm outside, it's fantastic. Other days, you know, I can't get out of bed. So that can cause some troubles and some strategic planning at times. But that's got to be the hardest thing, is just adapting. But I do that all day, every day as a disabled person, and my husband does that as, you know, a husband to a disabled woman, and my children, you know, they adapt as well. You know, I can't carry Maddie, she rides on my lap, you know, things like that. You find a way, you find a workaround. Hey, Ham.
Hey.
What's it like having a mommy that's different?
I don't know.
How is Mommy different?
Because you're sick.
Because I'm sick. Sometimes, yeah. What else is different about Mommy?
Because your back hurts.
Yeah, I hurt my back when I was younger, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Do you like having a mommy that's different? Yeah. You shy?
No,
No, you're not shy.
I just love you.
Oh, I love you too. Wave. Hi.
My advice to anyone with a disability that's thinking about having children is to do it. You know, of course, I don't know your personal circumstance, but having kids is truly one of those things that you can't possibly comprehend how good it is until it's here. Like you can't understand it. And I used to get so frustrated at people whenever they'd say that, like, oh, you'll understand when you have kids. And I'm like, oh, whatever. But no, it really is true. There are just some things about life you have to experience to know, and having children is definitely one of those. I also encourage people to follow their heart. If Joseph and I hadn't followed our hearts as far as whether or not we wanted or should have children, we wouldn't have two of the biggest blessings of our entire life. So listen to your heart, stay true to yourself. And if you're on the fence, you know, if you're even considering it, I would do it. Otherwise, you'd be missing out on quite a lot. Some other things that we do differently, you know, the kids, I obviously don't lift the kids, they crawl up into my lap. I do a lot of the cooking and food prep and stuff like that. Joseph does all of the diaper changes and the baths and the stuff like that. That's really physical. Other things like, you know, loving my kids, reading to them, teaching them, cuddling them, playing games, taking them places to the museum or the zoo or the beach or somewhere, so they're going on adventures. If anything, I feel like we probably overcompensate to make sure they don't miss out on anything. Maybe when they get older and start playing sports and things like that, they're starting to play t-ball, and I was a big athlete growing up, so it's been hard for me to not be able to throw a ball with them or teach my daughter how to catch or field a ground ball. I'm definitely going to be on the sidelines for that one, but there are still plenty of things that I can do and love to do, and that I'm very grateful and happy to be able to do for them as their parent. Parenting is different for everyone, whether you live with your grandparents or both parents work full-time or one stays at home, or if you're in a mixed family, you might have two moms, you might have two sets of parents, you might have, family just looks different to everyone. And I think that our idea of the nuclear family, it has to be 2 healthy adults, 2.5 kids, that's just not life for everyone. Yay! Look at that rainbow. Hopefully this video will help give a little bit different perspective and also show you a little bit of what disability and parenting is like. It's doable. It's the best thing ever. It's definitely doable. So if there was one thing that I wish I could tell myself before I had children, it would be to not listen to the negativity, not listen to people that doubted you. I tend to be of strong mind and do what I want to do anyways, but sometimes those words can affect you, and so try to, again, listen to your heart. Well, it sounds like I've got a little bit of fussing going on, so that's going to be it for now. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments or send me a message. I'm happy to answer any questions that you have about parenting with a disability. Until next time, take care.